In the vast expanse of the Genesis narrative, we find profound lessons that have stood the test of time. Verses 61 to 80 stand as a testimony to the struggles, trials, and triumphs that humanity faces in its search for truth, purpose, and redemption. These verses are not merely words on a page, they are a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and our highest aspirations. They tell of choices that define destinies, of hearts that break and mend, and of souls yearning for divine guidance in the face of overwhelming darkness. As we delve into these verses, it's impossible to ignore the urgency that pulses through every sentence. The lives of those who came before us were fraught with challenges that threatened to undo them. Yet, through their struggles, we are offered a chance to learn, to grow, and to step forward in our own lives with renewed clarity and purpose. The characters in these verses, be it the patriarchs, the warriors, or the humble individuals, each faced moments where their very futures were uncertain. They encountered fear, doubt, and despair, but they also experienced the transformative power of faith, resilience, and divine intervention. There is an underlying urgency in these verses that calls us to action. We are reminded that time is fleeting, that every decision we make shapes the course of our lives, and that there is no time to waste in seeking truth. The choices of those in Genesis did not come without consequence. They were faced with moments where hesitation could have cost them everything. Likewise, we, too, face decisions daily that determine the trajectory of our lives. Will we choose the path of righteousness, even when it seems difficult? Will we stand firm in our beliefs, even when the world around us falters? The fear of failure looms large over these verses, as it does in our own lives. But there is something more powerful than fear, the unwavering belief that we are not alone. The figures in Genesis were not left to wander in darkness, they were guided by a higher purpose, a divine hand that reached down to lead them. We, too, are called to embrace that same guidance, to trust that in our most trying moments, we are not abandoned. It is this trust that fuels our courage, that propels us forward when the path seems unclear, and that keeps us grounded when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm us. There is a remarkable excitement that permeates these verses. It is the excitement of knowing that we are part of a larger story, one that stretches beyond our understanding, yet beckons us to participate. The choices made by those in Genesis had far-reaching consequences, rippling through generations. And so, too, do our actions have the power to affect the future. Every step we take, every decision we make, is an opportunity to contribute to the unfolding of a greater purpose. The urgency to make these choices count is real. We cannot afford to wait for the perfect moment, or for circumstances to be ideal. The time to act is now. As you reflect on these verses, ask yourself, what is the message they hold for you? What fears are you holding onto that need to be released? What steps are you hesitant to take that could lead to your growth and transformation? The characters in Genesis were not free from fear, they were not exempt from doubt. But they found their strength in their faith, and they discovered that the true power lay in moving forward with trust, even when the way ahead seemed unclear. The urgency of these verses is a reminder that life is fleeting. The world moves forward with or without us. Our choices define the lives we led, the legacy we leave behind, and the impact we have on those around us. Will we continue to live in the shadows of uncertainty, or will we step into the light of purpose, armed with faith and courage? The stakes are high, and the time to act is now. It is easy to become consumed by the noise of everyday life, to let the distractions and challenges of the world keep us from seeing the bigger picture. But these verses in Genesis challenge us to look beyond the surface, to recognize the deeper truths that lie within us and around us. They remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and that the choices we make today shape the world of tomorrow. Now is the time to take action. It's time to stop waiting for external circumstances to change and start embracing the truth within. Fear and doubt will always be there, but so too will faith, hope, and courage. These are the qualities that have the power to transform our lives and the world we live in. As you move forward in your journey, remember the lessons of Genesis. Embrace the urgency to act, the courage to face your fears, and the excitement of knowing that you are a part of something much bigger. Each step you take brings you closer to your true purpose, and each decision shapes the future you will one day live. Trust in the divine guidance that has always been there, and know that you are never alone on this journey. If this message resonates with you, and you feel the call to explore more truths that can inspire and guide you, I encourage you to subscribe to Shining Truths. Together, let's continue this journey of discovery, growth, and transformation. The time to awaken to the truth is now. Don't let another moment slip by. Subscribe and stay connected.